It is Friday, and where did the week go? That's the question. Where did the week go? Anyways, I am your host, KC Phoenix, and this is my daily thought. KIRWKC.com is the main podcasting platform for Keeping It Real with KC, which is a weekend show. And as you may already know, Keeping It Real with KC and My Daily Thought. My Daily Thought is a supplement to Keeping It Real with KC. All right, my mind's a little bit all over the place. I told you I would do this episode because I mentioned it sometime this week. Everything just jumbles together sometimes. So I'm like trying to get my thoughts together. Those who listen to the show or watch the show, you already know how I do. I start talking things out and then I land into what the daily thought is about. Which, by the way, so far I am 80 to 90% sure I will cover sports on Keeping It Real with KC this weekend. So be on the lookout for those episodes this weekend. I will cover sports. And I will more than likely have to have my laptop right near me because it isn't the same when I talk about lifestyle and things from life experiences and all that stuff, because that information that I give, it is based off of a source that I already have. I'm able to pull from a source, which is my life experience and things I've researched. But when it comes to sports, I don't have an internal or spiritual source to pull from. So I will more than likely have to have my laptop near me to cover whatever sports stories I decide to cover. So it'll be entertaining, to say the least. As for today, I don't think the episode will be that long today. Yesterday was a little bit surprising because I was in a rush. And when I did my other show, I think the episode was like 10 minutes or something. I think it was yesterday when I was in a rush, or day before yesterday, whatever day it was. But when I did the daily thought, it ended up being longer by the time I had finished. So I was like, oh, okay. But now I have some chicken boiling because I had some more groceries delivered today. And because I love chicken, for those who don't know, I love chicken and I love tuna. I love tuna. Low sodium. But yeah. All right. Where to go into this at? I don't think anything else groundbreaking has really happened within the last 24 hours that I can discuss. So, yeah, we're going to dive into this daily thought and do that now. I'm sure you've already heard it by me saying it, or you've heard someone else say it, or if you watch Basketball Wives, then you heard Drea say it. Validation is for parking, not people. And what I mean by that is, and what she means by that is, you shouldn't look for approval for the things that you do. If people want to acknowledge things you do in life or praise things you do in life, hey, take it with a smile, be appreciative. I'm not really going to say be humble, but be thankful that people recognize something in you. But when it's all said and done, none of it really matters if you don't recognize what's in yourself. And this is what I call, this is more of a self-esteem thing. And it's funny because I was thinking of, I don't know if anybody's ever seen Medea's Class Reunion, the play. And the woman who had cheated on her husband, when Medea had first met her, and then she was looking all sad and stuff, and Medea found out she was having issues with her husband, and then Medea said low self-esteem, and then the woman said, well, no, I cheated on him. And then Medea said, you have too much self-esteem. So, and I laugh when I think of that, because some people who are accused of having too much self-esteem, they're told they have a big ego. They have a huge ego. But loving yourself isn't a bad thing. Knowing that you are amazing isn't a bad thing. And as I said before, everybody is amazing in their own right. What people don't realize is crazy when it comes to being on this planet. Because when I say amazing in your own right, you don't know what the odds were for you to get here. And it's like 1 in 400, let's see if I pronounce this right, quadrillion. I believe it's Quadrillion. Quadrillion. 400 quadrillion. And they said it can even be larger than that when you add in other variables with the statistics. That's how much of a rarity you are. And I know some people are like, wait, what? Okay, as usual, I can land the plane. Don't worry about it. Maybe that was the wrong thing to say on September 11th, but these are minor details. But I can land the plane. All right. So, when it comes to someone coming into existence, there are so many factors, variables, things that come into play just for an individual to be in existence. It isn't just two people getting together. And if anybody has kids in the room, you might want to, because, I'm giving you a few seconds. I'm giving you warning. All right. So, when a person comes into existence, it isn't just a thing of two people getting together and doing what they do. All right. It's more to it than that. From a biological standpoint of view, the body has to be able to accommodate the fertilization at the time. It isn't just, oh, well, you do it and then boom, someone's pregnant. It doesn't work like that. There's things with ovulation and all this other stuff, and the same thing with men too, because some people might have blanks. So there are so many things on a biological level. But add on to that those two people that get together to do their thing, how they found each other at that time. Whether it was online, whether they met at the grocery store, whether they met at church, whether they met at a cookout, through a relative, at the library, at school, whatever. And then tie in the things that happened in their life that put them where they're at, with the parents that they had and their parents being positioned at the right time. And it's like a long line. There's a lineage here. There's a long line of things going on behind the scenes of the universe, weaving this tapestry that people don't even see. Someone may come into your life tomorrow. There were things that happened in the universe that pushed that person into your life whenever they come, if they come into your life tomorrow, at that time before you even met them. Now, when you think of everything that's happening all over and all these little pebbles being dropped, creating ripple effects, pushing things and connecting, and all of that, with the biology, with surviving during the pregnancy and everything else. And the biology within itself is also a very high numbers game, because one squiggly thing out of millions have to make it to one egg. And I'm talking around this as much as possible because I don't want to get too technical, but you know what I'm saying. So that within itself, that's already high numbers. That's high stakes. Where that one squiggly thing, and that would be you, made it to the egg. All right. In addition to what I just mentioned, being in certain places at certain times and meeting, and just so many other things that happen behind the scenes, all of this stuff happened in the universe to set up this exact moment where you were brought into existence, which is the estimated 1 in 400 quadrillion. Being able to be the one that made it into existence and that has life right now is validation within itself. The universe validated you if you're so looking for it. The universe validated you when you were born, because you were the one who made it here. Out of all of the odds, out of everything, because everything had to be right. Everything had to be right. The persons whose mother had to meet that father. I remember one time at church, and I'll never forget this, which I almost gave that lady the side eye too when she said this. It was a lady who, she used to date my dad back in the day, long time ago. And I didn't know, but because it was the church that the girl I was friends with at high school, I would go to her church because the music was really good there. And like all of them can sing too. The whole family can sing, like sang. Anyways, one of the ladies at the church, she recognized me because I looked like my dad. Me, my dad, and my brother, we all look alike. And then she found out, like, definitely who my dad was. And she said to me, she's like, I was almost your mother. And I kind of felt like Sophia in The Color Purple. I was like, Harper, who this woman? And then she's telling me that she used to date my dad and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, okay. But this is the thing. If her and my dad would have stayed together, she wouldn't have been my mother because I wouldn't be in existence. Because that would have been something that happened in a different stream of time. So I wouldn't be here. My dad, if he had not been at the skating rink, which is where he met my mother, I more than likely wouldn't be here. if other things wouldn't have happened. Possibly if my parents wouldn't have moved. Because when they had my brother, they lived in a different place. But then, or no, let me back this on up. If they hadn't been in the place they were in, I possibly wouldn't be here. And they moved because I was on the way. That's what had happened. Had to correct that. But there were things that happened that brought me here. Just like there were things that happened that brought you here. 1 in 400 quadrillion. That's the estimate. They say it's higher. Some say it's a little bit lower, but most say it's higher. You being here is validation in itself. You don't ever need anyone to validate you because you have already been validated by the universe by being here. That is where you have to find your self-esteem and know your worth. As I've always said throughout all of my episodes and my daily thoughts and so forth, know your worth. Know that you deserve good things. You deserve nice things. And when it comes to validation, you don't need it. Validation is for parking, not people. But on the off chance that you need to feel validated and you need to feel like you're worth something, you should already know that you are, because the universe brought you here. There isn't anything that you can do or can't do to invalidate your existence. Do you see what I'm saying? You can do stuff in life. Some things good, some things bad. We're all human. Nobody's perfect. And the things that you do, you can look for validation for the things that you do. I mean, that's fine if you want it. But anything you do, I always tell people, do it for you. Just like with this and me recording this, I do it for me. I do it also for, I do it for me because I want people to know with certain life situations, it isn't just them going through something. I also want people to know that there's tons of information out there. And if I can give just a little bit of information of something that they haven't heard before, then that's great. But do I do it to seek validation? Which, some people who are entertainers or who produce content, that it's considered a validation game. It's like, did I get enough likes? Did I get enough streams? Did I get enough follows? Did I get enough this? Did I get enough that? I don't get bogged down in the numbers, because whether I do this or not, I'm still going to be good. I want people to do what makes them happy first and let the rest follow. Don't worry about being validated by anybody. And as I said before, you don't ever have to be validated by anyone, because you being in existence is validation in itself. You cannot be validated or invalidated by anything you do in life, because there was a reason that you were here. Every single person is here for a reason. That is why you made it out of all of the odds. That is why everything happened the way it happened. That is why that lady and my father did not stay together. That is why my father did not stay with the lady where my oldest brother, he's my half brother, they didn't stay together. If they did, more than likely, me and my middle brother, which is kind of funny, because at first he's always been known as my older brother, but then we found out we had a half brother, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But me and my middle brother more than likely wouldn't be here because the things didn't line up for my dad to meet our mother. But the universe said, no, I want it to go this way. This is who I want here. So it brought my brother and me here via my mother, just like the universe brought you here via your mother and your father. It put them together. It worked these things behind the scenes in ways that you and I will never even know about, just so you could get here, because it wanted you here. That's validation within itself. You don't ever need anyone's validation. So, that is my daily thought. All right. I think that's all I got. See, I told you I'd be able... Let me hush. All right. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. KIRWKC on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.com/KIRWKC. YouTube, don't forget to click the subscribe button followed by the notification bell. Or on Daily Motion, hit the subscribe button and you will know when I upload new videos. And as I said before, I will more than likely do the sports episodes this weekend. Whew. Jesus be a news anchor. All right. And I'll do that. I have my laptop near me. Get that going and see how that plays out. Thank you to everyone who have been liking and subscribing and listening and watching and sharing and commenting and all of that jazzy stuff. I appreciate it more than you will ever know. Until next time, be blessed.